we can't think of how to start this video. We're doing a commentary on the Kingdom Hearts bosses.
Yeah.
You fought them.
I'm the one who did the fights.
Yes.
So we're going into the easiest one. This is my first attempt, and
you recorded these in order of when you just fought them.
Yes, of when I fought them. And I fought Sephiroth first. All the fights were done at level 99, and I, kind of over-prepared for this. This is my first time playing critical mode, so I wanted to make sure that I was ready. I fought Sephiroth before. I uploaded a video of that a couple months ago, but this is the first time in critical mode, so I made sure to do it on level 99 because I didn't want it to be hard, and I kind of over-prepared. See, he's already halfway dead. We can't really go much into the mechanics of this fight. Just
it's not gonna. I'm
in limit form right now. You can't double jump glide in limit form, so I just tank the damage then elixir. And I didn't want to leave limit form because you do way more damage. He's already in his final phase. You can tell I'm just kind of, You want to be out of a dry form at that point because if you just press X, you'll do vicinity break and you'll get rid of all the shit.
Yeah. See, You have played this game on critical. I've played like a bit of this game on critical. I always have trouble getting into this game.
Yes.
I get like... Because I play this game and I'm super focused on it. It's just too long.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to kill him right here, so there you go. He's dead.
Just like in KH1, you just Unga Bunga with the Strike Rave.
Unga Bunga Strike Rave, yeah.
Is it called... Is it Strike Rave in this game, right? Or did they... This is Lexaeus.
We're on to the Lexaeus fight. This is the easiest data fight in my opinion, which is why I did it first. All of his phase 1 attacks are very predictable. He always does that slash first, and then you do, I think, either one combo, then you reflect, and then, you do another one, and then you go in, and then he's going to do his grab, so you see, reflect it, and then gaming. I got hit, though. I did do this fight damageless once, but it was not on critical mode. And I did do it once where I didn't ever have to heal, which was before that.
I've fought Lexaeus before. I played this game on standard, and I got to the data org, and I just, gave up.
Yeah, because you thought it was too hard.
No, it was just, taking too much time. I was just...
Yeah.
Because on standard, I just felt like, oh, I fucked something up horribly, and now I want to retry, and I had to wait for my... It was Luxord. I got just stuck on it. I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
By the way, you saw me go into Valor form. I don't ever usually go into Valor form because it's kind of the only drive form that kind of is not bad, but it kind of gets outclassed a bit. The only reason why I did is because it's the first option, and I was at 1 HP with no MP, so I really needed the desperate heal. So I just press up on the D-pad to go down to the final slot, and then just mash X to get into a form.
Yeah, when I played this boss, I did not reflect spam at all. You really reflect spam.
You can do this. You can do this fight without reflect spam because you can guard those hits. It's harder because you can if you reflect it, you just do way more damage because they buffed it for some reason on the English version of the remix. So now it just. How
did you not die here?
Because that technically counts as being in a combo. I was in hit stun long enough for once more and a second chance to keep me alive.
That
was nice.
That didn't look like a combo.
Yeah, now he's dead. Epic.
That seemed easy.
It was. I think that was my second attempt. The first time I just died because I was stupid. Is
this the one that you... Did you get the Wisdom Fire in this, or...?
I did do it in this one, but the one that I uploaded to YouTube was the Absent Silhouette version of this fight.
Oh, I see.
This one, I think, is still the fastest fight. There's Axel.
Yeah, the health.
There's Axel, who I think is the second fastest, but this one was the fastest. So, yeah, if you use Wisdom Form or Final Form and just use Fire on Vexen, he's Ice, so he gets weak to Fire. So, he takes extra damage from Fire, and the good thing about being in Wisdom Form is that you don't stand on that little icon, which when you do, the Anti-Sora will try to kill you, and he's a big pain in the ass. I should have probably tried killing him, but I was already, getting in on the shield. And once you do, you only have a limited amount of time to get in.
Yeah, this video proves that you can make a lot of mistakes and still beat these bosses.
Yeah.
I just epically roasted you. I've fought some of these bosses. I think I did fight all the Absent Silhouettes. I didn't do the data versions.
I've beaten every single boss in this game on critical mode because I'm epic like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm talking about me. I haven't done it.
I know. This one was annoying. I'm gonna do an incredibly cheesy thing at the end, but I don't care because
I think I did that too.
Yeah. I always make sure my cursor's on the second slot, and I always make sure to look at the background because the colors are a lot more, easy.
It's easier to tell there.
To tell from behind rather than in the menu. And with those cards out, it doesn't matter if you do the game or not because you're invincible while you're picking the option, and once you do, it'll go away. For him being in the cards, he's always in, because he does this 3 times, he's always in the middle, and then the middle again, and then the very top one. So if you just keep, in mind where he is...
You just keep your eyes on the card, yeah.
Because this is probably one of the easier fights to not take any damage in. I still did take damage because of his final DM, but, I didn't die. This, I think, was my second or third attempt on this fight. Most of these fights, I've done all these on standard mode, and while, obviously critical is much harder, you die much faster. Once you get the patterns down, that's really, the hard part.
Critical is the ideal way to play this, I believe.
I'd say so, yes.
Said, yeah. I did play this game a fair bit on critical. I forget where I stopped. I'm somewhere in Twilight Town I stopped.
You last time he's doing his desperation move right now. This is, I think, the first time I get hit. But yeah, you stopped. You said you didn't like Pride Lands, and that really killed a lot of your interest. Even though technically my first critical mode death was in Pride Lands. It was to just some random Harless.
My first crit death was to Beast.
Yeah.
The stupid fight that's over in 5 seconds. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm pause buffering right now. What they want you to do is select all of them in the menu, but if you mess it up, which I always do because I have bad timing, what you end up happening is you turn into a dice, and then you have to wait for your drive gauge to come down. And I'm pretty sure I forgot to turn off drive boost as an ability, so that does actually contribute to the dice timer. So I was really, just wanting to get it over with.
You just got lucky there.
And then, strike rate looks cool. It's pretty epic. There you go.
Lol.
That was for the non-commentary version.
I see. You should leave it there. The lol.
So we're under Roxas now. This one was annoying. This is, I think... this was the first one that really stumped me. The other ones that I did, they did a lot of... I did take a couple of attempts, but for the most part I didn't, it didn't take too long. This one took maybe 10 attempts. 30 minutes of trying.
What about on standard when you fought him the first time?
This was the first data fight I did on standard, was this one, because I like Roxas the most, so I was I want to fight him over anyone else. But just because I knew this fight doesn't make it easier.
Even with the bullshit non-canon battle grunts?
Yeah, the weird, Ventus.
They replaced his with Ventus's, the
which
battle cries,
odd.
which is weird.
I mean, I guess they just said
battle cries. He's not a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Battle grunts, whatever you want to
It's
call
just,
it.
I guess they were oh, it's the same guy, voice actor, so let's just, it doesn't matter.
That's some, special edition revisionist history bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not having it. It's
Yeah,
the morning report.
Yeah, being able to go into... Yeah, the morning report, yeah. Being able to panic drive into a form is probably one of my favorite things about this game, because, as you mentioned before... you can still, just because you play on critical doesn't mean you can't make mistakes. You can still make mistakes. And as long as you have more than, 4 bars or whatever, you can basically instant heal whenever you want.
Yeah. And because of the abilities you have, Second Chance and Once More, you cannot die unless you are at 1 HP.
Yeah.
So being at 2 HP is as good as at full health.
Yeah, and you'll occasionally...
Especially because he's going to do shit like that, and every boss is going to take you down to, 0.
Mm-hmm. And what's it called? What's worth noting is that, I forgot what I was going to say. XD.
Well, it wasn't worth noting, then?
It wasn't worth noting.
This is definitely one of the longer fights.
This is, yeah, he has a lot of health.
What was the longest fight in this?
Was it
Xemnas?
Xemnas was the longest one, but that one's 2 phases. Zexion was the longest single phase boss. That's the one that I make... That and Xigbar are the ones that I make the most mistakes in. If there's an award for, most scuffed boss fight, I'd give it to Xigbar and Zexion, because those 2 fights were, I was doing the Xigbar fight, and I'm I don't know how I won. I guess I just won.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I didn't fight. I fought him in the story mode. I didn't do this data fight.
I remembered what I was going to say, and that is that you'll occasionally see me. I was super lucky to get this, because I would have, messed up.
I remember.
This does a ton of damage, but whatever. I'll save it for the next thing.
Well, okay. He's dead. There he goes. R.I.P.
So you'll occasionally see me not break out of combos on purpose, because once more as an ability means if you're at 1 HP, if you're still in hit stun, you won't die. So stuff like that I could have, dodge rolled out or tried to cure and, done whatever, but I specifically wait until Axel's done attacking. This is the second fastest fight. The whole gimmick with this is that he has the fire floor, and in order to clear it, you have to do... I don't know if you have to do a double finisher.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to do a double finisher on him, but that's the most reliable way I've found of making him, let you do the reaction command. And he can only die when the floor is not lava. So there you go. This attack by itself does a ton of damage, and then if you see I'm, right now, well, I'm about to die, but usually I'm spamming Blizzard on him because he's fire, so he's weak to ice.
That's also the Keyblade he got.
Yeah, Mysterious Abyss. The only good thing about Atlantica is that it gives you the best Blizzard Keyblade.
I like the Keyblades having abilities in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes.
I'm a Kingdom Hearts 1 stan, but that's something that game doesn't have. Is the Keyblade abilities.
Well, generally, this game just has way more abilities. Like, you finish KH1, you get to level 100, you have like 60 AP at maximum.
Unless you're getting AP ups.
Whereas in this game, if you're playing on critical, you get like 200, and it's insane. There's like way more abilities.
No, on critical they give you an absurd amount of AP. I remember when I played on critical, I was like, I can equip any ability I want to, basically. Like, I'm never low on it, and I still have extra AP ups.
Mm. So this one, you're going to see me abuse limits. Because basically, whenever you get hit by one of Marluxia...
this is your most... I did watch this one, because this
is
the one I fought. I've actually beat him. I know this one. You totally scuffed this.
Well, yeah, but I still did it.
Yeah.
Whenever you get hit by one of his stealth attack, or one of his scythe attacks, basically it takes a number down. That number represents your level, and if you take that many hits, it doesn't matter what your health is, you'll instantly end the battle. So, I try to abuse limits as much as possible, since they make you invincible. I actually never get a single reaction command in this fight, because I either limit through all of his attacks, or I just accidentally get hit by them.
Like, reflect, limit, spam, BS. Do it without that.
This is actually one of the easier fights, because...
I think so.
I have managed to get hit 99 times and not die, which is weird. But, for the most part, you never really get below, like, 50, because it's specifically his scythe attacks. If you get hit by the portals, like little dark...
That just takes your health.
Yeah. And in fact, his scythe attacks, I'm pretty sure, don't actually do any damage to you. That I didn't know what he was going to do, so I was just guarding. And again, Panic Form Valor. Even though, it does do good damage, it's just, its main appeal in combat is that you jump high, and that's not really, that great. Especially since there isn't really environmental hazards in
you totally just spammed limits through this entire fight.
Well, yeah, they're useful. You literally just, you can do damage to him when normally you just have to wait for the attack to be over.
You gotta enable the pro codes.
Yeah.
No attractions.
No limits. No team attacks. And also,
I did this fight legit. I remember that.
Well, I still beat it.
This is one of my favorite fights.
It does, It requires a lot of, thought and, knowing his attack patterns, because once you get hit by one attack, you're most likely going to get hit by another.
Yes.
And I could only imagine doing this fight on level 1, where you can,
You just can't get hit.
You get hit once, you die. I feel like I could have gotten an RC there, but I don't know why I didn't get one. I don't know if that was just the wrong attack that I guarded. Or if there's, I don't know, to whack.
Why are you blocking?
Because I'm trying to. I thought dodge roll would be enough to get me through, and then it just didn't. This is the attack that you said always gets you.
This always hits me. I really don't like this attack.
What I was trying
to do...
think
that was because when I played this, now it doesn't get me, because I didn't think to just reflect spam, like that's what you told me to do, and that works.
You can also just limit through it, which is what I did before. Yeah, don't underestimate the power of limits. Especially Duck Flare. That one also... It was actually a bug. In the original Japanese remix version, it does, normal damage, but for some reason in the English version it does more damage. Only in the English version.
That's our American privilege.
No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, what I was doing at this point was
Jaders.
I used the stick or the D-pad in order to use the command menu. So what I was actually doing was I was holding my controller to the side so that I could hold the stick and press the D-pad with my other hand. So
like it was just off screen.
Yeah, that's also why I was just running in one direction the whole time.
Yeah, that's weird.
He should be dying soon. I don't.
Well, I don't. Did you even know you can? If you hold L2 and then
you can do that, but my sticks have snapback, and I don't like the fact that it messes with my my inputs. That way, the D-pad is just more consistent for me.
You melee player snapback? I've never heard of PS4 controllers having snapback.
Well, mine does, and I don't like it. It's rather annoying.
I think you're full of shit.
I kill him with side B right now. It's pretty epic. Well, after he does this attack. Pretty sure I don't get hit. If I do, it's because I use R's, which makes me invincible. So I dodge most of the attack, and then I don't die. There you go. And then, there you go.
Side B.
He did.
Gotta let out a toot for good old Marluxia. Martutla.
Yeah, okay, so this fight was annoying as hell, because I'm sure there's a way to do more than one combo on him per cycle, but I didn't, so this is the longest fight.
Fucked it up,
yeah.
I see.
Well, what do you mean?
Did you fuck it up, or...?
Well, no, I mean...
Like, you beat him, yeah, but like...
I did beat him, but like, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to break those books, which were released on Goofy, because once both of them are, in the book, then he'll go after you. I think he always goes after Donald, then Goofy, then you. So if you break the books, then, you're pretty safe on that. But it's not always that easy. Squeaky-ass chair.
I see. Yeah, I don't think I did the... Yeah, I did all the absent silhouettes. I did not do this data fight. I think I did Lexaeus, Marluxia, Saïx. Did
you beat Luxord? I think you did.
I think I did.
That was the one.
Yes, I did. I did because I remember I did the DM. I did the top 3. I did those without the pause buffering, and then I pause buffered on the last one.
Yeah, because as you
because the top 3 goes slower than the last one. Each one goes quicker.
Yeah.
So you really only need to do it on the last one.
I guess I should explain what is going on in Book World right now. Basically, there's a book that is shining red, like that one. And you're supposed to basically get it down to a point where you can use an RC and then break the book, and then you'll get a combo off on him. But I don't know how to not, immediately make it so that you just go into Book World again, because that's what ends up happening. So I only ever get one combo off of him at a time. This fight is interesting because it's one that you can win without really knowing what is happening. I don't know
what the fuck is happening.
You're supposed to... one of these will be selected, and then it won't get hit by projectiles, but I don't know how to discern which is the one that will
run
kill
to
you.
that one, I guess?
Well, no, because by the time... Well, you can't get over there in time, and it makes a barrier around it, so you can't actually get in.
I see. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about this fight other than it was very annoying.
This is your favorite Kingdom's Heart game? Well, this is tied with Kingdom Hearts 1.
If you watched my my ranking video, nice plug on that one. If you watched that video, I said this is my tied for my favorite one. I can't pick between 1 and 2 which one I like more.
Number 3 is Melody of Memory, right?
Yes, and then number 4 is Kingdom Hearts 3. I won't spoil for all the... I thought I'd be able to reflect spam through that, but you end up... It just lasts so long, you just can't do it.
They probably just, wait for you to finish reflect spamming, and then, yeah.
If I had combo pluses on, I would have been able to do that, but I wanted them off because I just... In Critical, I feel like it's better to get to finishers faster, because finishers do more damage.
But there are some bosses where I don't think you want to do that on Lingering Will, right?
Yeah.
You want to have the long combos on him.
For Larxene, I did enable...
Lingering William,
yes. For Larxene, I did actually enable combo pluses because her attacks last forever. So having the extra time to reflect is way easier. I think I actually fought Larxene 3rd, because I remembered her being pretty easy on Standard. But I didn't beat it until way later, which is why I have these other fights first, because I just gave up on that fight and then just came back to it later. Again, this is just, I don't know where to stand, so I just hope and pray, and then I'm wrong. And then I think maybe I can, if I started late, no, whatever, I'll just
Does it go, clockwise or counter, is there an order, or is it just totally
I'm sure
random?
There's a way of telling, but I don't know what the way of telling is. I just hope that I don't get hit. Also, you've probably seen it before, but every once in a while he'll make your command menu into a book, and you have to find a word that, basically means, like, break free. So it's like, whatever, like, receive.
I wasn't even looking at that.
Well, he does that, and basically, you can stay in hit stun that entire time and still, go through the menu, so it's not actually that bad. So that, if you're at 1 HP, which that attack will most likely put you at, you can just keep fumbling through the pages until, you get the option. But yeah, like this, what's happening right now. I have to, select a word.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Yeah, this fight, I think, is 6 minutes. Most of them are only 2 minutes, so...
Yeah, you totally are just getting totally bodied right now.
Well, you try doing it, not getting hit. Look, I'm literally at 1 HP, I had no MP or drive, so I could have died at any moment, but luckily I didn't. And again...
Yeah, when are you even going to get to hit him again?
Whenever you break the book. Basically, the red glowy book, once you get that down to 0 HP...
Have you gotten a single one of those?
I've gotten it before, but
in this fight?
But not in this fight.
Well...
In this fight, I get hit by every single one of them. Yeah, you break the book, you press triangle, you do the combo on him. He might die here? No, I have to do it one more time. That's why this fight takes so goddamn long, is because I don't know how to not make me go immediately back into this realm, the book realm.
Yeah.
So I end up just taking a bunch of damage. I think at this point I just realized I could just tank it, so I just didn't even do anything. So I'm just memeing. But I actually fell out of hit stun for a moment, so I had to heal, or else I would have died. Luckily, this is the last cycle, so once I get out of this for the final time, we'll finally get it done. There are ways to speed this fight up, but I don't know what to do. He should be gone now. There you go. Final combo.
Now he's dead.
That fight is very annoying.
Emo boy. Emo boy.
So this is my other vote for most scuffed fight, because you're supposed to either reflect or guard his projectiles, but I always end up guarding too early, and then he hits me in my recovery frames like that. And he shoots at a specific way where basically, if he hits you in a, he can stun lock you very easily. Is basically what I'm saying. If you miss a guard, by the time you try to guard again, he'll probably hit you in your startup frames of the guard. So they clearly want you to use reflect. I don't know why I wasn't. Goofy reflected the projectile for me, which was nice. But
you've been using it in every other fight.
I don't know why I didn't this time. I think it's because I was always healing, because I was always getting down to 1 HP, so I never had the MP for it. You'll see later on in the Xemnas fight, I started a strategy of reflect, heal when I was at 1 HP, because I'm intangible the entire time and I won't take any damage. I could have started doing that in this fight, but I didn't discover that until I attempted Xemnas. That was my last fight, so... This is the only time I ever went final form during a fight, and it's because I accidentally went to final form, and then I was like, I want to see what I can do with this.
Why? What do you mean to do?
I don't remember. I think I was
Wisdom?
just trying to panic drive, and then I just ended up going into final form.
Oh, so like Valor or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's better. I end up killing him with final form. Not
with this?
No, not this one.
Oh, so you just get it again.
So I end up getting it again. I think by then I realized how much I was shredding his health with final form, so I just went into it again. This one, you're supposed to run in a circle and guard to stop getting hit by this, but I always end up getting hit, and I don't like taking damage, so what I do is I set up Duck Flare, and then I usually make it so that by the time that he's out, usually, sometimes some of the remaining missiles will keep hitting him, and then I can get a combo off on him, but it didn't happen this time. Yeah, I want to reiterate that just because I beat the bosses, it doesn't mean that I'm, a pro at this game or anything.
Yeah.
This is just my first experience beating these bosses. I've fought them plenty of times before, or at least the first time beating them on critical mode. I tried going to... I think I was trying to go into Duck Flare, but I was in a drive form, so I had to exit out of the drive form. And then Donald died, so I was like, well, I can't do that, I guess. I literally hit it, like, right as he's about to get hit.
Epic.
I remember once when I was playing this game for the first time in a long while, I didn't...
Slug his health.
Yeah. I didn't get rid of my anti-form points during the main story when I played this game for the, first time in a while.
Oh.
And I went into anti-form in that segment, and I literally... You run so fast in anti-form, I just ran in a circle and I avoided that entire attack. So it wasn't, you know, beneficial, but I didn't die like the game probably wanted me to, which was nice. Yeah, what you're intended to do is once you reflect enough projectiles at him, he'll be stunned, and then you go over to him and then you do a combo. This you literally just run in a straight line and just mash triangle, because once the RC comes up, you can just start it.
I see.
And I don't know if that does damage to him. Exactly, because I wasn't checking his health beforehand. It doesn't show the health bar during that sequence, so I don't know if he takes damage. I imagine he might. This one I just accidentally went to Valor. And you can't guard in Valor, so that's why I'm not guarding, because you just can't.
Oh, he's got the big boy projectile now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember doing this in the story mode. I think I just, like, mashed triangle through this fight.
Yeah. This, I was panicking at this point because my cursor got lost on the menu and I didn't know where it was, so I was trying to find it while also trying to avoid the attack. So I was like splitting my attention between looking at my menu and looking at the screen.
Yeah,
so I was just standing still, just like wondering what is going on right now. And then I managed to ether and then do Dark Flare, which was nice. This is what I mean when I say I start Dark Flare with the hope of it hitting him once he's done. And this is when I go final and then I kill him, once I have enough drive. Or once Donald comes back to life. Donald comes back to life.
Yeah.
There you go, he's stunned. I'm trying to make Donald come back. He is staying dead. I probably could have healed him and then went final form, but I wasn't thinking that at the time. Well, I just did, so I guess never mind. And then I was just kind of attacking him, and then, oh, okay, I guess he's dead. So
You just weren't even looking at the health, he just died? Okay. A little weird the animation is the keyblades are going up and down.
Yeah, when it's slowed down, it doesn't look that great. This one I got in surprisingly few attempts. I think this was my second attempt, and it's because the first time I just died to a water clone at the beginning of the fight. The hard part of this fight is not really the execution, but is just knowing what to do exactly. Dry forms are incredibly effective, especially Wisdom Fire, which is what I end up using. But the big issue is that whenever you use that, your drive gauge goes down a bit, and you don't have enough drive gauge to kill the entire, wave of his water clones with one dry form.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is go dry form in the middle of the. You see how I'm not doing it yet? Now I'm like, okay, I've gone through enough of the clones where I can go into this, and then I'll have enough drive gauge for me to, still have some left for, hitting
for
him.
later parts of
Yeah. Because he does 13, then I think 25, then 50, then the final one is 99. So you have to really be on it. I also made sure that my MP never ran out, so you'll see me throwing ethers, when I was, almost below half. Because once ethers don't refill your entire MP gauge, and when it's not running, you can really lose a lot of time not hitting the water clone. So I always made sure that I was topped off.
Yeah.
Luckily, hitting a lot of these guys does actually give you MP orbs, so for the most part, I didn't have to.
Yeah, I saw it was regenerating while you were doing that.
Wisdom Form is your best friend in this fight. This is another fight
Yeah,
where
look at the health.
the hard part really is
you don't even need to worry about this. You just
The hard part for Demyx is getting him open. Once he's open, he takes a ton of damage. I think I kill him next cycle. So it's really just about getting rid of these guys. And he has a mandatory 99 clone round, so you can't just kill him before that.
Yeah, you could damage him all you want, but you have to do that.
Rather frustrating. So yeah. Even if I were to get him down to 1 HP, he hasn't done the thing yet, so now he's doing the 25, then 50, then 99.
It's only fair. You got second chance, so does he.
Usually, this part I actually thought I would run out of time, because if you look, I, was careless with my drive form, and I end up running out of my drive form in the middle of this, and I don't have enough drive to go back into it. So I'm just thinking, I'll just attack as many as I can now, and just hope and pray that either I get enough drive, or I just manage to kill him without it. I eventually have just enough time to get back to level 3, and then I wisdom again, and then for the most part I kill him. I think with like 5 seconds left, yeah.
Damn.
So very close to losing on this one, but I ended up doing it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know this fight is like is brutal if you're not using, because you're supposed to do this.
Well, there's other methods of killing the clones, but the most reliable one is, I have 5 seconds left before he would have ended the fight. There you go. One camera clipping in the wall. The goofy
there goes
T-posing.
Demyx. No way!
This one,
he says no way, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
This one was the one that I tried as one of my first fights, but then I just completely gave up on it and came back later because it was way too hard. This one took 10, 15 attempts, maybe like 45 minutes of playing just to get this one down. It was very, very annoying. I'm still not entirely sure of how to open her up, so I just relied on Reflect, because Reflect is pretty insane in this fight.
Yeah, I can tell.
And I also, in hindsight, I probably should have used Thunder Resistance, equipment, but I, for some reason, it was out of my mind at the time, so I'm taking normal damage from all of her attacks. And she never attacks you once, she always, attacks you a lot. So, you'll almost always...
long-ass combos, yeah.
You'll almost always get down to 1 HP, which means you almost always need to have your MP active, or, not in recharge. Because the second that it is, you're vulnerable to getting hit. I think I do have to panic drive a couple times in this fight. I don't know if it's more than once. At the end, you'll see something cool with that. Yeah, the cool thing about Larxene is that because she splits into clones, and each clone has a hitbox, it contributes to the amount of health that she takes. So if you hit 2 clones, you'll basically do double damage because you're hitting her twice. So I remember.
Seems like you're pretty close to the end.
Well, yeah, but I die super fast is the thing. This is, again, a very fast fight, but one you can easily, I'm at 1 HP.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You got lucky there.
I did memorize that attack, where she circles around and then...
Oh, you don't even get to do his back throw.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
I don't think I do it on this one, yeah. I've since done this fight again, where I have successfully gotten the reaction command, but not in the first one. I think this is where I panic drive into Wisdom, and then just kill her with a Hail Mary Reflect, which is very nice. Yeah. Then I get hit again, and then I'm about to die.
Yeah.
Literally standing there just waiting, and then I literally just I need to do something, and then she falls right into it, and then she dies, yeah. Yeah, panic.
At 1 HP again.
Drives are your best friend. I'm literally in the hit stun animation right now.
That's funny. I fought this data fight and I really hated it. I think this is what made me stop playing. I was just like, okay.
This one I think took more attempts than Larxene, but it felt like it took less time. I don't know why. Even though this fight is considerably longer. I think it's because I gave up in the middle of Larxene and started later, so I definitely did more attempts on her than Saïx,
yeah.
But, this one, there's a pretty reliable way of doing damage to him. He has a couple of attacks that, he drops his Claymore, and then you use that to hit him, and then he'll go out of Berserk mode. The way you want to do that is if you stand far enough away when he throws it at you, you can guard it, and then you'll negate the explosion that happens afterwards, and then you can steal it. But if you get hit at all by the explosion, the Claymore will go away before you get out of hit stun. So another thing is you can
I eventually found out how to fight him near the end of the fight when I was fighting him.
Like that. See, I missed the guard, I tried dodge rolling, and by the time I tried getting to the Claymore, he was already gone.
I think I ended up reflect spamming to beat that.
You can do that, but I'm also taking so much damage that my MP is almost always in recharge, and I don't just want to drive at any time.
I fought him on standard, so that's why I was able to do that.
I Leaf Bracer cured through that explosion specifically, so that I would, be standing right in front of the Claymore, so that I can get out of his Berserk mode.
Yeah.
Because he can only take damage when he's not in Berserk mode. And the good thing about the guard break ability, or that finisher, he has a kind of super armor in that state. But if you use the guard break finisher, it breaks the armor, and then you can get the second finisher off on him. I have the third finishing plus on, but I didn't use it because you can only hit bosses with so many finishers before they'll just break out, because finishers, they know they do the most damage, so they don't want you just, spamming finishers on them. Does another attempt at, curing, but I think, or reflecting, I guess. So yeah, you could just reflect as he throws it at you, and then it'll just negate the explosion.
Yeah.
I think there's one more cycle, because once you do damage to him, he takes a ton of damage. You don't have to worry about, It's a similar thing to Demyx, where the hard part is opening him up. Once you open him up, he takes a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, I remember this took me 20 minutes. I remember.
This one I want to say maybe 30 or 40 minutes took me to do it. It's pretty annoying.
With the attempts and everything.
Yes, with
all. For me, it was one attempt, but it just took me a really long ass time.
This one did jump up in difficulty quite a bit in critical as opposed to standard. There's another cure to get out of it.
What do you think are the hardest fights?
The one that took me the most attempts was Xemnas. because that's a 2-phase fight, so if you die in the second phase, you have to do the first phase over again.
Oh, jeez, that's gross.
I didn't mind that much, though. He's dead, by the way.
Oh, well. There he goes, good riddance.
I don't think I was expecting to kill him there, so I wasn't really, like, excited.
Gay character.
Cringe.
Umlaut over the I, like it means something. Like I'm supposed to take that seriously.
You're a very fun person to talk to. Anyway, this is
the
Xaldin.
S-A-I with the 2 dots
I get
on
it, yes.
Yeah,
this is Xaldin. He starts with 3 little blasts, then he does his little walk forward, and then you guard it, and then he gives you the learns.
You were going to say something,
commands.
I don't remember what it was.
It doesn't matter. We're on Xaldin now. So, yeah, he always does that as well. He does basically 3 orbs, you walk towards him, he does the little stab, and then he does that, and then you get, I think, like 5 or 6 learns, and then you can do all of his spear attacks. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, the hardest boss in the game. A lot of people say Xaldin, right? That's like, I think this is one of the harder data fights.
This, fun fact, this was my second attempt. And I didn't use Reflect a single time in this entire fight. I just managed to beat him this is my second try. I thought this would stump me, but it didn't. When I first did all the data fights...
This did stump you when you did it first.
This was the hardest one for me when I did the original ones on Standard, but, Xemnas proved me wrong, because this was the last data fight, I think, before Xemnas. I think I saved those 2 for last. The next one that's coming up is Xemnas. And that one was
I don't think there's anyone else.
You'll know that whenever I get down to 1 HP in limit form, I like using a limit. It's because whenever you land a limit in limit form, you get some HP back, which puts you back in once more range. So I'll deliberately use my MP to, do a limit to hit him so that I can, do some damage and also heal so that I can take another hit. Yeah. What you want to do is double jump away whenever he strikes down, and then you can get a ton of the learn commands. But this is another boss that can kind of stun lock you if you, mistime the first jump. I use that jump specifically to avoid the limit.
Yeah. The orbs?
The orb, yeah. Yeah, this fight ended way faster than I thought it would. Like, if you look, I'm already, I've already gotten him down to under half. I think, the next cycle I kill him. Yeah. And I didn't use Reflect a single time. Because the thing is, you can only do damage to him when he has his arrow shield up. You can only do damage to him with his own commands. So I specifically wait until he's doing something. He's doing his desperation move right now. I know I can't do damage to him right now, so I just try to avoid it, but then I get hit, so I just,
Oh, I remember this, the big fucking serpent he makes.
It's a very funny way of getting past it. You just dash through it, and there you go. And then you just don't get hit. Donald and Goofy always get hit by that, though, so if you want them to be alive, you're just going to have to heal them. Donald does not get once more a second chance, so he can die in 1 hit. You want to be very protective of him. Goofy does get once more in second chance, so he can stay alive for a bit.
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, there he goes. R.I.P. Xaldin. Xaldin.
So this is the longest fight. I mentioned before, this took the most attempts and the most time. I think it took me an hour of just doing these fights over and over again. But the second phase wasn't...
What about when you played it on, Standard the first time?
I beat him in a couple of attempts there. It did take me a very long time, but, it didn't take me as long as it did here. So you see, I start the fight just by reflecting a couple times and then just tanking damage. And then once he goes to hit me again, I reflect, heal. Because at that point I have full invincibility and then I won't get hit. So reflect, and then heal. Because I don't have combo pluses on, so I can't... That cure technically counts as a finisher, whereas if I were to do it just, out in the open or whatever, I don't think I would be able to continue another spell afterwards. But yeah,
that's like his move in Kingdom Hearts 1. He does
that is, yes.
Well, yeah.
There you go, reflect, heal.
He does a lot of the attacks from Kingdom Hearts 1 in this. He does the same attacks.
And the same song plays as well.
Yeah.
Disappeared. It's a great song, by the way.
Yeah, we don't have sound when we're watching this right now.
Yeah.
We're just watching it. Silence.
It did come to such a science of what I was doing in this fight that I didn't really mind having to redo this fight over again because it's pretty fast, and the good thing is you get all of your resources back. So if you're in a drive form, it will just refill your drive gauge, so it doesn't matter if you use anything. If you use items, it counts as a separate fight, so it'll just give you your items back, so you can do as many things as you want in this fight. You also get access to your menu after this, because it shows you that Riku is in your party now since you go to the final phase.
Oh, nice.
So this doesn't, you know, most of the attempts either, you know, you either die soon on final Xemnas, so you have to do the first phase over again, or you just, you know, screw up and then you have to do the first phase of Xemnas again. You do die generally quickly though. He's in this part.
Did he just try to do like
his command menu attack? Yeah. In this game though, it makes him do the building one.
Oh, that I see.
And this,
don't you have to like wait and then?
You have to avoid the first 2 reaction commands, because the first one you'll get hit, the second one you'll trade and nothing will happen, and then the third one you'll hit him and do a ton of damage. In fact, this actually puts him at 1 HP.
For this phase.
Yes, for this phase. And you'll see after he's done, he's at 1 HP, and then I literally just, you know, R's because that counts as a finisher, and it will kill him in 1 hit.
I would just thunder, right?
Well, I'm in limit form, and you can't use magic in limit form. Plus, I don't know if he does. I tried doing thunder on him in this part, or in the next one, and I realized it didn't work, so I just had to do a combo on him.
Can you put items on Riku, or is it not worth it?
It's not worth it. He has an ability where he just uses items anyway, so it's not really worth it. He either starts the whole thing with, you know, we shall go together, he grabs you, and then he, you know, throws you in that, or he'll start with these 2 orbs, the way you avoid them, you just...
Dragon Ball Fighters, just Broly said that?
Yeah.
We shall go together, and
he grabs you. He does his little grab.
That's what he should do.
So he starts with those 2 orbs, you jump up, you glide, and then he does this thing. Whenever you do a combo, he'll retaliate with that little reversal stream. You can press triangle to avoid it, or you can just dodge roll through it. That's what I tend to do.
Isn't this broken on PS4, right?
A little bit. Yeah, I kind of stopped. I got out of hits on there, so I had to heal, but...
Oh my god, okay. What? Dragon Ball Fighters moment. What if there's no patch? They just make 21 say that?
Yeah.
When she does her grab,
that would be pretty nice. The good thing about that part is that it's not, you know, you don't have to dodge any hits. It's time-based, so as long as you know, waste enough time, you don't have to worry about getting hit. So when he does those reversal streams, you're supposed to either press triangle, but if you're close enough to him, you can just dodge roll through them, and then you can get a combo.
Or do the quick run.
Yeah, a quick run. Like that. You can just dodge roll through it, and then you can get a combo on him. Riku is remarkably consistent with healing you, so, you know...
So he's not totally useless.
Yeah. It's usually safe to, you know, wait for a little bit when you're taking damage. I mean, unless you're literally at 1 HP. He'll heal you very consistently, so you don't have to worry about that. That I had to go into a dry form, because otherwise I would have taken, you know, a death hit. This one, yeah, like I said, he has a certain attack, by the way, where he'll say, I forget what he says. What does he say? He says, "Can you spare a heart?" And his hands like pulse. And when they do that, he'll grab you. It's a command grab. And then once you're in
the soy hands?
Yeah, the soy hands. He'll do the soy hands.
Can you spare a heart? Yeah,
he does do that. So when you, when he does the little pulsing hand thing, he will grab you. So if, basically what that does is he'll grab you, he'll have you float in the middle of this arena, and then you'll have to control Riku to go back to him. Riku can only take 3 hits before he dies, and it's incredibly easy for him to die, so I try to avoid the attack as much as possible.
Why is he not allowed to die?
If he dies, it counts as you dying. And when he grabs you, your health will gradually go down. So it's either Riku dies in 3 hits, which most of the time he's at 1 HP like he was right then, or you'll just die because you take too long to get to him. So what I do there is I either, every single time he does it, I make sure to have enough MP so that I can just leaf bracer through it. But you have to do it late in the animation. If you do it too early, the command grab hitbox, I'm guessing, will still be active, so he'll still be able to grab you. So usually it's like, he says whatever, he says the thing, and then you gotta wait for his hands to, you know, glow, and then you use heal.
You just look at my cool white jacket. Yes. I got a new one.
I have a theory, by the way.
Where did he get that jacket?
He just has it.
He just has it.
It has the nobody reversal.
Where's the spin-off game that explains that?
Good question. I don't know. I have a theory that this is why Sora's Reflector doesn't reflect projectiles in Smash, because when you guard in this game, it just goes right through you, which is what happens in Smash Bros. But that's just a theory, a game theory. Yeah, so having MP is incredibly crucial in this fight, because I said I always leaf brace your cure in order to get past that annoying grab attack, which I think he does do in this fight. We are not listening to the audio, so I can't tell if he's done it yet, but I feel like he's either done it or he's about to do it, because he does do it once in this fight.
Can you spare a heart?
There you go, and now he's in his final thing. You just have to exit triangle mash. Once you're, once you get into this part, you basically won. You just have to make sure to, not get hit. You can probably take a couple hits or whatever, but it's just, you know... The big issue is
you just hold your controller and just mash X.
You just spent like an hour doing attempts on this fight, and you just, you know, your hands are tired from the constant attempts, so you just... I remember thinking, like, I just want this to end as soon as possible, because if I take any damage, I didn't know...
Do you have to press both?
Yes. I mean, I don't know if you have to press both, but I always do, and I didn't feel like finding out. So it should be ending soon. And there you go, it ended.
You ever get, like, scared that you're gonna just drop the controller for like, no reason, you know what I mean?
I was afraid that I would let go of the button by accident.
Yeah. Like, as though that's ever happened to you while playing this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, you see, the first thing I tried to do after this little cutscene, because he goes down to 1 HP in this part as well, I try using Thunder. It doesn't work, so I just run up to him and then just do a combo. I wanted to end it, like... stylishly, but it didn't end up working out that way, so I just, you know, you just see me run up and just mash triangles, or squares, or X's, or circles, all the buttons.
X's. Or not, like, the Japanese. They use circle to attack.
I guess they just swapped the function. You see,
William does that as well.
I thunder, and then I'm like, oh, that didn't work, so then I just do a combo on him, and then he's dead. And that's it, and now we're going into the final one. Oh yeah, I included this of me getting the proof, because look, my crown is now silver.
Non-existence.
Yeah.
But you do exist.
I do exist, yeah.
That is based. That was Lingering William.
Lingering William. This was maybe my 10th attempt of this fight. I did actually, yeah, I beat him. I beat him in like 20 minutes, and it took me like an hour to beat Xemnas. I've done this fight several times. It doesn't really
never on critical.
Never on critical. I've only, I did the several attempts, but I only started doing the attempts to kill him once I did every boss. I didn't want to, get ahead of the game.
Is this the hardest fight in the game? Would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's the hardest one to learn. Once you learn it, it's not that bad, but learning it is the difficult part.
Yeah.
He's also one of the few bosses...
aside from Sephiroth, what's the easiest super boss?
Lexaeus, probably. I'd say Lexaeus is actually easier than Sephiroth. It's just I got, like, very lucky on my first attempt.
You were also just over-leveled.
I was also over-leveled, yeah. The first time I beat him, I was trying to Leaf Racer Cure through. The fun fact about this thing, you'll notice... I thought I would die. So
you just mashed it.
I was mashing X. I was like, oh, this is a dead attempt. I'm just going to try to kill myself so that I can just get back to the, the thing. And then I miraculously hit the escape command, and then I end up winning the fight, which is,
That's pretty
awesome. Excited. And this was only after 20 minutes of attempt. So this is why I was more just like, whatever, I'll just start over. It hasn't really been that long.
Yeah, I clearly am not ready to beat him. This has to take an hour of my life. I've never fought Lingering Will.
He's very fun. I like him a lot. He's very difficult, but he's I
like the way his attacks look.
Yeah,
he always has like the coolest looking attacks, like the Keyblade car.
Yeah, the Keyblade car. Yeah.
How that foreshadows the worst Kingdom Hearts game.
That's wrong because that's Dream Drop Distance, but whatever.
Well, the second worst, right? I don't know. Dream Drop Distance is definitely worse, but like. Birth by Sleep is one of the first games I remember getting and being disappointed by. Well, even when I was young and I couldn't articulate why, I was just like, oh, this sucks. This isn't that good.
Yeah.
I think it was the stupid command deck shit. It's just, terrible game.
I back the idea that the command deck is not a bad system, it's just it was implemented incredibly poorly. And
I remember fucking hating it. I just remember hating that game. It sucked.
The only game that has done the command deck well is also the game that insisted on having half the levels be gimmicks, which is why, the command deck has gotten such a big, shit.
Spyro 3 moment,
You'll see, by the way,
gameplay styles.
You'll see, by the way, that how I avoided that was he always does the two little things, and then he flies around, and then he lands on you. And if he lands on you, he does this command block attack. So what I did was I specifically, used a reflect so that I wouldn't get hit by that. I do dodge a DM attempt successfully, so I'll explain what I do when I get to it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was annoying. He does this little thing. He does
this like 3 times in a row.
He does his DM a lot. So guard, dodge roll, and then double jump, and then glide. Glide into a wall because he can teleport behind you. And then guard, I think, 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get a free combo off on him. And I think I don't kill him because I kind of fumble with my controls a bit at this point, and then I'm just panicking to try to, do enough damage to him. Yeah, I guess I hit him with too many finishers, so his revenge value got too high, and then he killed me, or he broke out, and then he almost killed me. He's about to do his DM again. I have no MP, so I'm kind of panicking because I don't want to get hit by the thing. And then he doesn't, because he just runs at me and just starts punching me, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. He's never done this to me before. The running and punching at you multiple times. He's ever done that once. And then he's doing his DM again. This is
he always does this. Once
he gets below half health, once he gets below half health, he just does that laser thing. By the way, took me out of hit stun. So if I got hit, I would have died.
Damn.
And at this point, I just this was the luckiest I had this entire time. I fell out of hit stun right here, and then I start using strike rate, so I get some health back. And he starts a DM. I should have stopped doing that because then I would have taken more damage and then died. But this, I start ours, and I just so happen to hit him a little bit so that I get enough health back to not die to the next hit. And then the same thing happens again, and then I get hit and I'm at 1 HP. And then I think at this point I ether. And then I just... Oh no, I just go into a dry form.
Limit,
guard, and then, he's dead. There you go.
And that's every super boss.
Every Kingdom Hearts 2 super boss beaten for the first time on critical mode. Maybe took me 6 hours. I'm not sure. There you go. Little ending.
He's dead.
He is dead. Took me maybe like total of 6 hours. Spent across the time of several days maybe. I didn't do these all in one day, obviously. But yeah. That was annoying. I would do it again though, because I think this game is great.
Well, that's based. That's the end, right?
Yes.
I did a little toot.
Funny.
Thanks for watching, Falks.
Yes.
Guy Fawkes.
Fred Fox.
See you next time, gamers.